I think what it is, you know, I've always wanted to work here. You know, it took me a long time to work here. And once I got in, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm here. But then, you know, the bar for doing a Pixar movie is so high.
Yep.
And so I think we don't settle for good enough. If we did, we could crank these movies out in 2 to 3 years.
For story, weirdly, it doesn't. I think out of almost all the departments here, story might be one of the most low-tech ones.
Yeah.
If we really had to, you could take our computers away and we could still do our jobs perfectly well just with like a pencil and a pen.
Yeah.
So I don't think over the course of the movie we were affected by any tech updates.
Come, dear brother, our destiny awaits.
Okay, I'm coming.
I see you've brought sustenance for our adventure.
No, it's garbage for the trash can, and you left the lid off! Oh, shoot! Get out of here! Shoot, get Ugh, unicorns.
They're a lot and very little, and depending on where you're kind of talking. One thing that's been really unique about this film was screening one to what you see in the theaters can be very, very different. The one thing that's constant is the ending. We boarded this like emotional climax to the film, and that has remained the same since screening one.
I hope they feel like they also went on a wonderful quest that you always wish that you could have gone on when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And I hope it makes them sort of hold their family a little bit closer.
Happy birthday, Mr. Adult Man.
Oh, Mom. Ugh, gross.
To create a story from nothing is just hard, and we don't start with a script already. We literally start in that room with 4 white walls, and so we have to, kind of figure out, really do a lot of talking and even come up with a kernel of an idea, and then kind of keep working to flesh it out and figure out what would be entertaining, what would audience respond to. It just is really.
In our process here, we have a lot of other filmmakers who are working on other films at Pixar, and they watch the film too, and we watch their films. And so you get fresh eyes, and really what they're trying to do is say, you're not making your point, you're not being clear, or this isn't happening in the most entertaining or original way. So
Right.
7 years of that is exhausting.
Holy toot of Zadar! How did you...
I don't know, it just started!
Hang on!
Dad?
Just don't top part! Dad, you are in your house! Oh, boy!
Every time on every one of these movies, it's the process of telling that story the best way. And I know that's a broad answer, but it is the most difficult. It's the most challenging, it's the most rewarding, but it is the toughest part.
Yeah, because we do have technology now that can do so much. You have to have the story that can support that technology. And so that's the part that we're most concerned with, is making sure that we have the story to back up the goods.
It's getting harder to hold!